All right, so today we're diving into a thematic ETF that's been getting some serious buzz. The Alpha Brand's Consumption Leaders ETF. You'll see it under the ticker logo. It's been singled out because its approach is, well, pretty different. So we're going to break down what exactly makes it tick.
First things first, to really get why this ETF is even worth talking about, you have to see the bigger picture. In 2025, a whopping 1,130 new ETFs were launched. Think about that, a sea of new products. But out of all of those, Logo was one of only 5 nominated by ETF.com as a top new thematic fund. Right there, that tells you it's doing something unique.
And you know, this wasn't just some award for having a good year or pulling in a bunch of cash. What ETF.com is saying here is that this category is all about true innovation. It's for funds that are genuinely pushing the envelope, bringing brand new strategies to the market that you just couldn't access before.
Okay, so that leads to the obvious question. What is this innovative idea? Well, it all comes down to one single, absolutely massive theme.
So what's the secret sauce? What's the central idea that's powerful enough to get that kind of recognition?
Well, it all boils down to one staggering number, $60 trillion. That is the estimated size of global consumption every single year. And look, that's not just some random, huge figure. It's the persistent, powerful economic engine that this entire ETF is designed to tap into.
But when they say global consumption, don't just think about swiping your credit card at the mall. The strategy looks at it in 3 key parts. First, yeah, you've got the household spending, we all do. But second, it also includes all the money businesses are investing in innovation. Think about the billions being poured into AI right now. And third, it captures the entire supply chain, all the companies that actually make and move everything.
So that's the big idea. But how on earth do you build a portfolio around something so massive and diverse? Well, let's look at the 3 pillars they use to construct this thing. And this is where it gets really interesting. This is the key to its structure. It basically throws the old sector rulebook out the window. So, instead of putting retail stocks in one box, tech in another, and industrials in a third, it blends them all together under this one big idea of consumption.
This breaks it down perfectly. Think of it like a 3-legged stool. The first leg is the B2C leaders. These are the brands you know and interact with, like Walmart or Netflix. The second leg is the B2B enablers. These are the tech titans like Microsoft and Amazon Web Services that build the digital infrastructure for everything. And the third leg is the supply chain, the industrial powerhouses like Caterpillar and Taiwan Semi that physically make and move all the stuff. By owning all 3, the idea is to capture the entire economic story, not just the final sale.
Okay, so you've got this amazing collection of companies, but we all know markets get choppy, right? So how do you handle the risk? That brings us to another crucial part of this strategy, active management. Think about a lot of thematic ETFs. They're kind of like being on a train on a fixed track. That's the left side here. You're all in on the theme, for better or for worse. But Logo operates more like a car with a driver. It uses a flexible, active approach, which means the management team can actually hit the brakes and adjust the portfolio's risk level when conditions change.
And this isn't just someone's gut feeling. The managers are looking at a whole dashboard of indicators. I mean, we're talking about everything from hard economic data and what the charts are saying to market sentiment, the overall mood, and even red flags that might signal a recession. It's a very data-driven process.
And this quote right here just nails the whole idea. The goal is to have the ability to dial back the risk on some of the more volatile stocks, the ones that really swing up and down with the economy, whenever it looks like trouble's brewing on the horizon.
All right, so we've got the massive theme, the unique way they build the portfolio, and that active management layer. So let's put it all together. What's the simple formula here?
It really just comes down to 3 things. Number 1, invest in dominant market-leading brands across that whole consumption ecosystem. Number 2, tie the whole thing to that massive $60 trillion plus global consumption trend. And number 3, use that flexible active management to try and navigate whatever the market throws at you.
Which really brings us to the big question here. In a world that feels like it's getting more unpredictable by the day, is this kind of combination a huge, long-lasting theme paired with an adaptive, flexible management style, the future of thematic investing? It's a really interesting question, and it's definitely something to keep an eye on.